This is the Athlete of the Week, and it's brought to you by Diamond Point and Sauk Center here on Midmnsports. And with us today, we're in Melrose talking to Nicholas Olberding. Well, Nicholas, let's start out. First of all, tell us about your family, okay?
Yeah, I have one younger sister, and she's my biggest fan and supporter. She's there right after every game and just giving me a big old hug. And I got my mom and my dad, Paul and Kim, and they're both very supportive of everything I do, and I really love them.
Yeah. Now, you didn't mention her name, though.
Annie.
All right.
Little Annie.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, as I watch you play, you're a post player.
Yep.
And you guard some big guys, right?
Yep.
Those guys from Mandan.
Yep.
They were a load, right?
Yeah, they were.
And then the guys from St. Cloud Cathedral.
Yep.
Okay. And so as I see you play, I'm sure you have different techniques on what you try to do defensively, right?
Yep.
Can I ask you a couple of questions about guarding somebody?
For sure.
Because there's a guy, as we bring up the name Olberding in Minnesota.
Yep.
That comes up often, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. So how do you hear of that, and how do you react to that?
Oh, I think it's very, very cool because one of the main things is he has never talked to me about it. Like, he doesn't, when we're together as a family, Uncle Mark doesn't bring it up. He's kind of the family man, and he really supports all of us. And it's really cool to hear the stories that everybody else has from the community and elsewhere, and just how highly they look at him. It's really, really awesome.
Mm-hmm. Now, he was around here for the Christmas holidays, right?
He was.
Yeah.
Yep.
So do you talk hoops at all when he goes to a game?
We do, but I bring it up. He always is very supportive, and if I ask him a question, he's always happy to answer it, but he doesn't want to push me into doing what he did. So he's awesome.
All right. So I want to bring this up with you, okay? Have a little fun with this. Take a look at this picture here.
Yep.
This is a 6'7" kid, number 52 from Melrose, all right?
Okay.
He's coming down the floor and you're guarding him, and he's going to post you up. What are you going to do against him?
Well, we're going to try and push him out of the lane first, because if he gets you back down in the lane, it's game over, because he can go right over the top of you. Once you get that, you got to force the middle, and if he gets by you, hope your teammates are there, and do the best you can.
So now you're going to stay behind?
What? You got to front for a little bit, but as soon as that ball goes, if you're not going to get it, you got to go behind.
Right,
slide behind him.
Now you've got the ball and he's guarding you. What are you going to try to do against him?
Oh, it depends. Maybe make a good move, but definitely not force it, because if you have to go up strong and go through his body. But if you just try to go over the top of him, it's not going to work.
But now your game, though, too, you set a lot of picks, right? You want to get him moving?
Yep, for sure.
As much as possible.
Get him moving, wear him out a little bit.
Okay, he's 6'7", he's a senior, and he crashes the boards hard. I'm cluing you. He comes hard. What are you going to do? Keep him off the boards.
And stick your butt into him, and if he tries to go over the top of you, you might have to fall. You might have to get in your acting career a little bit. But no, you just got to do your best, put your butt into him, and box him out and let your teammate go get the board.
So when you look at that picture, does he intimidate you at all?
Yeah, he's a big dude. He's a big, strong dude.
But can you take him?
I think so. I would be willing to take the challenge.
Well, he's watching this right now and shaking in his boots.
Yeah, awesome.
All right. You know, as I watch you guys play, you've got a lot of seniors again on this team. Can you talk about just how much you guys just like basketball and just love the sport?
Oh, yeah, for sure. All of us have been together for so long, and we've played on travel teams growing up since fourth grade. For a lot of our life, we spent a lot of time on that basketball court, and it's been truly special just to develop with one another in basketball and in life. And we've really been able to help each other out on and off the court. And that's not just us seniors either. We really try to embrace the younger guys as well and become one team. Because
it seems to be too that you, as you talk about that, taking in everybody, and let's face the fact, you're suiting up how many guys?
Yep.
Like 24? Yeah. Not everybody's going to get in the game.
Nope. And those guys, the really special thing is they embrace their role, and they come to practice every single day, and they work all of us to become better, and that's how we become better as a team.
Because even as I see you as one of the captains, if somebody, say Daniel Clausen the other night made some couple of good shots. Yep. At the timeout, you're the first one out there to greet him and high five and that sort of thing.
Yeah, of course. You have to support your teammates no matter what's going on. And it's a team game. You can't win by yourself, and you really have to be supportive of each member of the team. Just like Jalen Hurts in Alabama in the national championship. He was the first guy on the field after every timeout, and they won the championship.
Well, I'm sure it's a thing, too, that has been driven home by your coaches, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure, and my parents.
Yeah?
Yep. From little on, they've always obviously stressed teamwork and just being a nice kid and really bringing everybody together, and that's very important.
Just say, for example, during the practice, it's kind of a Melrose thing to where you line up on the end of the court, it means you're going to run, right?
Yep.
But unless, though, what do you guys do?
Make free throws. Make free throws. You don't have to run. And the big thing is, we always try, when the guy gets called, we try to encourage him. And if he misses, we kind of back him up and, support everybody, and we win as a team and we lose as a team. So
that's exactly what I wanted to bring up, because Coach Dusha says it every time, doesn't he?
Yep, he does. He drives that all the time after every game.
When you're talking about pressure, yes, there's pressure in the game, but there might be more pressure standing in front of your teammates, right?
Yeah, that's very true. We have some very intense competition at practice, day in and day out, and it's a battle, it's a grind, but it's awesome.
You've kind of referenced too, as you grew up playing basketball for Melrose, you must have watched some other guys too. Say for example, that state tournament team.
Oh yeah.
Who are some of the guys that you looked at to say, I want to be like that guy?
The one guy that comes to my mind in particular is Colton Meyer. He was the big guy. He took up space. He played defense. He set screens. He was a great teammate. He didn't get all of the credit, but he was a very, very big factor in that team.
And two, I've always heard it with him, and I think the same thing with you. It's up here.
Yep.
You know what's going on, right? And does this? Can you describe how you kind of study the game and then learn as you go along from the mistakes that you might make out there?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, there's no one game where you're going to do everything correctly. You got to learn from your mistakes day in and day out, and you just got to move on. You can't sulk in the mistakes, but you got to embrace them and you got to use them to your advantage. And then when you move on, you help yourself get over those mistakes, but you can also help your teammates too. Because if you make a mistake, there's oftentimes that it's a team game, and you can talk about it with one another when you play similar positions, and it really can benefit all of us.
You used one word there. You said sulk. And I'm thinking about, again, you suit up a lot of guys. They're probably not going to get in tonight. As a captain, then, do you see that at all? And if you see somebody saying, geez, what about my playing time? What do you do about that?
Yeah, it's tough, because as a player on a team, you always want to play. Everyone wants to get minutes, and it's just unfortunate that not everyone has a talent to be able to do so. And I mean, it's unfortunate, but at the same time, I don't think we have any guys that will sulk on our team. They're very supportive of their role, and part of it is the older guys that really help them out and embrace that, and we encourage everybody on the team, and each person has a role.
And it's not only just basketball, but we saw it in football. You've got the same thing in baseball too, right?
Yeah, for sure. And it's just only 5 guys can be on the court at a time. And I don't know, but all 24 of us make up that team, not 5, 24. So,
I hope, if you don't mind, I'll bring this up. I noticed that you're wearing special eyewear.
Yep.
Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I have a disease that I've been born with. It's called retinitis pigmentosa, and it's just my peripheral vision isn't quite as good, and it's just something I've had to work with as I've grown older. And the goggles have always been a little fashion statement of mine, so growing up.
All right. Does that affect your dad as well?
Yes, it does. My dad does not have his driver's license, and he can't drive anymore. But it's all in our family. I have an aunt that struggles with it as well, and some cousins too. So, Yep. Right. And little Annie.
I've been around for a while too. That I saw your dad play.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just as you mentioned, he talks to you. What are some of the things that you guys talk about as a dad and a son?
Everything. We talk about sports a lot, obviously, and he and my Uncle Mark, they bring up grades a lot, like staying in school, staying involved. But one-on-one dad time, we talk about golf, we talk about basketball. It's just like he's just one of my friends. Mm-hmm. It's really awesome.
I should ask you then too about school and your grades. How do you do in school?
I do pretty well. I have a 3.95 GPA. I work really hard, and pays off.
And so what are some of the things you're interested in?
I'm interested in business and communication. Next year right now I'm thinking about going to St. John's with a major in business and communication.
Mm-hmm. Other activities in school, what are you involved in?
I was in the musical in the fall, and then I'm in basketball, and then I play golf, and I'm also on the NHS and student council.
Mm-hmm. So tell us about the musical.
The musical is awesome. I remember I came out in 7th grade and I was in the musical, and I was a little bit overwhelmed and scared because the first day you have to get up on the stage and you have to sing solo in front of all the directors, and you have a couple of your peers there too, and it's really difficult. And it's kind of a scary moment. But so in 7th grade, I did the musical, and then I took a break. And then my junior year, we had a bunch of kids in our friend group that decided to do it again, and we did it our junior and senior year and had a blast.
Mm-hmm. So what did you put on?
My junior year, we did Back to the 80s, which was a hit for all of the parents. They came, they all knew the songs, and they were singing with us. And then this year, we did Legally Blonde.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And you sang.
I did have to sing a solo this year.
Can you break into a number here? Or what?
I'm not. I'm out of season. I'm just going to stick to basketball talk for today. But.
Okay, all right. Well, again, good luck as you move along with your life, and again, that name is recognizable. I see that Uncle Mark is in that first group of Hall of Famers.
He
in
is.
the state, so.
Yes, he is. So
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's incredible and good for him. It's great.
All right. Well, congratulations to you too. It's been fun watching you play.
Awesome. Thank you, Mark.
I will say one thing. You play hard.
Yeah, thank you.
You guys all play hard.
Yep. Yeah, thank
right.
you.
This is Nicholas Olberding, and he is the Athlete of the Week, brought to you by Diamond Point and Sauk Center here on Mid-Minnesota Sports.